My life completely changed in just 90 days by creating content. Now, I know that sounds very cliche, but do bear with me because in this video, what I want to do is share my story and how that happened and how I've got to where I am today, because I think it will help a lot of people that are potentially watching, because if you're starting out on a content creation journey, or you've been trying to make money online but not quite making the headway that you want to yet, then yeah, this could really help you. So it was back in 2023, and by that point, I'd already been making a little bit of money online, specifically with affiliate marketing, for a few years. And it was working, right? I was making a couple of $1,000s per month, and I was living frugally, and that was all right. But it wasn't at the level that I wanted it to be. Now, at the same time, because I was wanting to better myself, I was doing what a lot of you are probably also doing at the same time, going down the rabbit hole of consuming knowledge, consuming video after video, trying to gain more knowledge so that you can go out and implement things that can potentially change your life and bring in more money, right? Now, at the same time, I came across a bunch of people, totally ordinary people, making money online with a specific method. And all they were doing was posting short little videos onto social media. So it wasn't anything fancy. They were just in their kitchens or in their bedrooms. And then they were putting on their stories, because I started following them at this point. They were putting on their stories that they were making crazy commissions, right? Like $1,000, $2,000. And I thought to myself at the time, well, what have I got to lose, right? I don't really care if I make a fool of myself. I'm never going to meet anyone that might watch the videos that I'll post, right? I don't care who sees. And hey, if it makes me more money, because I certainly need it, why not? So then what I did is just resign myself that, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to post my first video. But at that point, I was overthinking like crazy. I overthought every little detail simply because it was super awkward to turn on a camera and get my face in front of it. Like, I'm sure you guys have experienced the same thing. It kind of an unnatural feeling, right? But I got past that and moved on and actually posted my first video. And my first video got 15 views. And so I thought to myself at that point, well, this is a bit crap, right? All of that effort, all of that awkwardness and confidence issues that I just got over to get pretty much nothing in return. But also with those rabbit holes that I went down previously, I heard loads of people always talking about being consistent, right? So I said to myself, well, if that's the name of the game, let's be arrogant about it. Let's not give up. If these other people can make a ton of money doing these silly little videos, why can't I? So then I went on and posted my second video. And I can't remember the exact amount, but I think that got even less views. But again, I wasn't about to give up. So I just continued and keep hitting my head against a wall. It's going to work eventually. And then one random day, I woke up in the morning and I opened up my phone like most of us do, looked at my Instagram, and I had 1,000 followers. Like, I genuinely couldn't believe it. I was like, what is going on? It must be some sort of glitch with the Instagram platform or whatever. And then I realized the reason for the followers was because one of my videos is starting to get like some really decent views, more than 10 or less than 10, right? And the thing is, it just kept getting more and more views, kept increasing. And that reel has now settled on today at 16.9 million views. Crazy stuff, right? Like, at that time, I was gaining like 10,000 followers per day. It was pure madness. Now, that's great and everything, but the real turning point for me was realizing that it was actually real. Do you know what I mean by that? Because you see all these people having crazy success online and they're getting millions of views on their videos, or they're gaining so many followers on their different platforms. But I know this is what I was like. I was like, okay, could it really be possible for me then? And then when that happened, I realized that it was. I wasn't the problem. I wasn't special in my normalness. I too was capable of achieving a lot just by sticking with one proven method. Remember, it was proven because the other people were having success with it. And since I did that, life has completely changed for me, like literally 180. I've made multiple six figures, not through brand deals or sponsorships or anything like that, but just by monetizing my accounts with affiliate offers. That is it. So I'm not even having to create my own products either. And it's enabled me to constantly travel the world, I've been to 35 different countries now, and I'm living the life that I'd always wanted to when I was back at my 9-to-5 job. And none of this would have been possible or have happened if I hadn't have taken action in the first place and got over my fears. Now, looking back almost, 2 years later, there's definitely some things that I wish someone had told me before I embarked on that journey. So what I want to do is share those with you, because as I mentioned before, if you're starting on this journey or you're thinking about making money online with content creation, or indeed you've started already but not quite seeing the results that you want to, then I think these lessons will help you. Lesson 1, no one will watch the first videos that you upload, and that should be music to your ears. Now, it's human nature to think that you're the center of everyone's universe. But actually, in reality, everyone is too busy with their own lives to care what you're doing, too focused on their own problems, too worried about their own issues, to give two hoots about what it is you're doing or how you look in a video, right? Genuinely. The quicker that you accept this, the bigger steps that you're going to make forward in what you do online and trying to make money, right? But why should that be music to your ears? Because it gives you complete freedom when you first start out, okay? It gives you breathing room, right? Because if pretty much no one is watching those first videos that you post, then who cares if you get something wrong, you know? Who cares if you look silly? Who cares if you look awkward? And then if we dive deeper into this and go a little bit further, right, you can use that time in obscurity when no one's watching to hone your skills, to get comfortable in front of the camera, to get better at your presenting skills or getting your point across or editing, right? So when your content does start blowing up and that snowball effect really does build momentum, you're going to be way better than you were before. Lesson 2, stop overthinking. So remember when I mentioned earlier on in the video about deliberating whether to post that first video before I posted anything, and then trying to get everything perfect within it before posting? What I realize now is that held me back so much. You know, I would be so much further in my journey at this point if I hadn't have done that or overthought that, right? So what I say to you guys is that you've got to realize nothing will ever be 100% perfect. You'll never 100% be ready to turn the camera on and start speaking. You'll never feel 100% confident in your delivery and how you come across on camera. It will never change. It might get a little bit less, but it will always be there. Like, I still get nervous to this day before I turn the camera on, genuinely, right? But you just learn to live with it. And actually, I find it helps me to perform a little bit better because those nerves gets my head in the game a little bit more. It makes me think sharper, right? Kind of similar to actors and performance. Like the different interviews that I've seen with big actors and big names in different industries, those sort of industries, they all say that they still get nervous, right? And they're huge. So yeah, it's supposed to be like that, and it's always going to be like that. But the point is to identify it and then just move past it and start taking action, because you differentiate yourself from 99% of other people by just taking the first step. Because a lot of people will watch videos online and they will never go and do anything, right? They digest the knowledge, but they won't actually go and do something. You need to be different. Lesson 3, model what's proven to work already. So I see this all the time with new people coming into this space, trying to create content and make money online. They hear about the age-old advice of being consistent. And yes, that is true. I've already said it in this video. I stand by it. It is good advice. However, you don't want to be blindly consistent, because if you're just posting random content online that nobody wants to watch, then guess what? You're never going to get results because no one wants to watch it, right? You'll never grow any sort of audience or followers, and you will certainly never be making money in any way and making your bank account healthier. So always try to get 1% better with each video that you post. Get better at editing as well, right? Just even if it's simple editing with things like CapCut, you know, that platform is not hard to get to grips with once you commit yourself to learning it, okay? Just improve just a little bit each day. That's all you need to do. But a critical point here to help that improving is model what's proven to work right now in your niche. So go and look at other creators in your niche, successful creators. look at their most viewed content, okay? What is it about their content that made it get a lot of views, that made it go viral? How are those reels, how are those videos structured? What aspects are included in those videos, like the hooks, the value that they include, the call to actions at the end? Understand these aspects of successful videos, digest it, and then start implementing it in your own content moving forward. So, what's next for me moving forward as well? Well, I'm now in a situation where I've built up a large audience on the various short form platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, etc. I've managed to build a personal brand because I put my face on camera and certainly made a very decent amount of money in the process. But the next frontier for me really is long form content like this video and just like this brand new YouTube channel that you're watching this video on. Simply put, I want to help people build their own personal brands, actually make headway in doing something online that can have a tangible effect on their lives, not just consume something and not take action, and to utilize everything that's available to people right now in 2025 to their advantage, all whilst being able to dive deeper into, the concepts and methods that enabled me to achieve success, and get that across to people more than I ever could in a short 30-second reel on Instagram. YouTube gives me that freedom a little bit more. So yeah, with that being said, there's another video that's just popped up on the screen over here. Go and give it a watch because this will be another area where we can dive deeper into the concepts and methods that is going to help you on your journey. Go ahead and give it a click and I'll see you in that video.